In this session, you're going to see a bit of art history. The first time that video art was included in a major art festival. The festival is called Bumbershoot, and it happened in Seattle. This one was in 1973, in September. And my students and I were invited to show what we were doing in video art and in other kinds of arts related to video. In the video, you will see a Telex machine, an early form of fax machines, and we were connected to another artist group in Vancouver, BC at the time. You'll also see pictures on the back wall. There are color photographs and posters on the back wall because these are printmaking students, and they were studying video art as a way of getting images for prints. You'll see also the engineers from the UW where I was working as a professor, and that's the way I was able to get this fantastic, massively open video art studio. Enjoy this 4-minute video, and afterwards I'll have some more comments.
It was 52 years ago this weekend that the University of Washington truck pulled up to the breezeway between two of the buildings on the Seattle Center campus, opened the doors, and wheeled in cameras and monitors, and I don't remember what else. The truck stayed outside, and myself and Nori Sato and rotating with other of the students were in that control truck.
Are you going to make that straight out real tape? Or they're going to be on their warm-up?
You could hear our voices with our headsets.
Oh, they were just going to, they were warming up and they had the tape. I said it's pretty big, but whatever.
We were watching what was going on inside the that big room, and sort of participating by monitoring the cameras, adjusting the gains and the technical terms I've forgotten now. While inside, the rest of the students were trying out the Telex machine and talking to each other about things like that. It was really a slow process.
You can actually feel it, whatever that stuff is. That line quality. This is the Telex print, right?
The very fine black ink color. Mike showed me spreading it around this bathroom.
They were studying that print as if it were an etching or a lithograph. Of course, that was their mainstay back on campus in the printmaking studios, where they were learning all those things. Bringing video into it was sort of a two-step process. I used it first just to record my demonstrations for people that were to come later or missed the class or whatever. The videotapes ended up in the undergraduate library media center, and by the time I left the UW, I had made about 200 videos for the library. They're still there, actually, buried in the vaults of the moving image archive, virtually unplayable, most of them, but some of them could be played if they were deemed to be worthwhile. We like the photographs especially. Those are mine they're looking at right now, Cibachrome prints. The one in the middle is a giant black and white poster of Nori, an excerpt from a video Carl called Whirl. That array of monitors was mostly Dennis Evans' construction. He was creating a number of moving images that were becoming what he called lines, a video art piece. It might still exist, actually, in our archives.
You probably noticed the students were looking at a print from a machine on a table called a Telex. This was the students' first introduction to art by wire. Telephony, we call it today, the use of telephones for communicating images. And the Telex was a kind of early-day fax machine. You might also have noticed on the back wall photographs. There was a large poster of Whirl, a videotape by C.T. Chu. It showed Nori Sato. The cameras and the monitors were oversized. They were designed for classroom use. This was a closed-circuit television service by the UW. These students were all printmaking, either majoring in printmaking or they were graduate students in printmaking, and I was a printmaking professor. And I was teaching that printmaking was the ancestor of the new media arts, or the electronic arts, that were just beginning to infiltrate the artist studios in the 60s and the 70s. I'm Bill Ritchie. That was Video at Bumbershoot 73.